going to give you a quick demo of our CTN Network website, ctnnetwork.net. Join our community. It is free. You just type in ctnnetwork.net, and this is the homepage right here. And if you want to create an account, you would just click up here and create new account right here. Sign up with your email, or you can sign up with just clicking on Facebook or Google. So you can sign up with your Facebook account or your Gmail. So I'm already signed up, so I'm going to click in Gmail right here, and it's going to log me in. And as you can see, this is our homepage. Click on creators right here, and this shows you all the CTN family members that are content creators. Everybody is on here. If you want to go to one of their YouTube channels, for example, if you want to go to Crypto Talk Now, just click on channel, and it takes you right over to the YouTube channel for that particular creator. And you click on community. This is our community right here. We do have a forum, and this is a forum where you can post things, you can interact with one another. And there's also a blog right over here that we post our own content on. And if you click on CTN Studios, you can watch our live show and other content creators' live shows right through this CTN Studios. We do have advertisements for some of the content creators. There's the Crypto Smith, there's Waddy, the Crypto Hunter, and we also have live charts for the ISOs right in this box right here. We have a feature where you click on the heart if you want to donate to us. You can donate with Ethereum or Binance, BNB. And also, if you click on this button right here, we're going to have a call-in feature, which is already live. If you want to call us, just click on the green icon, the green phone icon, and click on call now. And during the show, between 9:15 and 10, when we announce it, when Max is on or when I'm on with Max, we will start accepting phone calls, and you guys can be live with the show. If you want to turn your video on, you can come on camera as well. So good stuff there. Now back onto the homepage. If you click on members, you can see all the people that are members here. All these people here, like Chaka just signed up, Gills33, Miguel. All these people here are members of our community. So you guys can sign up, and then you can chat with one another. So you can either click over here, message right here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to welcome him. I'll send him a quick message, and then I can click enter or just a little arrow. If you want to message somebody else, you can click on message, or you can go right over here into members chat and go ahead and message them and create a new chat if you want by clicking this little button right here. Now also, if you scroll down here, you can see some of the past videos that our content creators in our content creator family have created. You can go in here and watch some of the recorded videos. They're scrolling down here. Just choose one to watch. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this brief demo. Make sure you sign up so you can interact and be part of the community when we are not on the live show.
All right. Hopefully everything's good now. Thank you for being patient. Glad to be here with you guys tonight for some crypto talk now. And no, wasn't pinching anything off or anything like that, Mr. Boomer F and Sooner, but glad to be here nonetheless. All right. So let's welcome a few of you guys before we kick things into the show and just get a few banners up here. All right. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. All right. So I think there's some other comments that came in earlier. So from JC the man, thank you for being here, JC. Maybe it was Tim Shea as well. I think maybe KK. But I definitely want to recognize you guys. Thank you for being here as well. Boomer F and Sooner. Baby G, thank you so much. Hello to you again, Boomer. And you state that you wake up at 3:30 a.m. East Coast time. It's nice to tune in at 9 and drift off to sleep with Max. The 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. East Coast crypto YouTube is a graveyard. That's the move, Max. Interesting. All right. But yeah, good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. No, that's all right. Welcome to River. Thank you for being here as usual. And also Brittany. Thanks for being here, Brittany. Sobo says hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Glad to have you back, Sobo. Miss you. Here's a virtual dab from the metaverse, or whatever you want to call it. Guys, I just want to give you a reminder to smash that like if you haven't done so already. It does truly help with the YouTube algorithm. It's an actual thing. Um, sorry for the delay. See, we're about 18 likes. Hopefully, we get some more. All right. Tim Shea, again, welcome. Glad to have you here. And want to welcome Jean Pierre Cormier. All right. As well as Coochie Boy. All right. You guys saw my message. Sorry, I missed your call, Mr. Muff. I was helping my dad with, let's get him something to eat before the show. All right. Selmo Fudd says CTN. Glad to have you here, Mr. Selmo Fudd. And yeah, just such a beautiful shot of the casting couch in it. Abdul Jawad, welcome everyone. Welcome to Abdul. How's everyone? More bullish Jasmine news as always. Yeah, I got a little bit about that. I'm going to be taking another deep dive, but not on the actual show. There's some things I want to, kind of share with everybody in regards to this other thing. It's not Chat GPT, but it's the one from Microsoft. Some things that was released in regards to Hitachi and so on. I verified some things that were true, but some things weren't. You got to keep in mind that's a new platform that they got. Because let's face it, sometimes you get a little bit of fake news, you get a little bit of the real news. So I'm just trying to confirm some things, but nonetheless, I'm very bullish on Jasmine, to say the least, as well as some of these other crypto assets that we hold. XXI Gaming says, "What's good, everybody? Glad to have you here, Mr. XXI." And gonna welcome Eddie T. Thank you so much for being here. Your cat just ran in your shop, dropped a bird by a desk, and split. That's funny. All right. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. All right. Michael Montclair's back. Welcome. Glad to have the musical talents of Mr. Michael Montclair. Yeah. No, I would have done that before I came on the show. I mean, I'm not going to pull a Principal McVicker from Beavis and Butthead or something, All right. Jack W. Let's get this party started. What up? What up? Yes, glad to have you here. Yamaha Pacifica, enjoying your lives. Another account from JC the Man from Twitch. Thanks for being here. Ahmed, 2 million tweets about veracity in the last 24 hours. That's good, man. That's real good. All right. There's a video about AMA. Yeah. No, I saw that earlier today. I was going to share that with you guys, but thank you, though. I just went ahead and fast forward to some of the parts that I thought was worth, talking about. Any news on Hotbit? I don't know. I have to catch up on that. I don't know what's going on with that. I could do a quick search, I guess. Let me see what's going on with that. Hotbit. Let's see. Halts operations. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess we could share that. unless this is just the last news he had, Selmo Fudd. This was about 16 hours ago. There's another report 14 hours ago. Then was 7 hours ago. Let me see if I get one more. 6 hours ago. I guess I'll go with the daily hodl on this one. Yeah, we'll just welcome a few more people. We can jump into that. Roll out that hot, moist, juicy, jasmine news. No, it's not gonna be a proper deep dive tonight. But I will do a proper deep dive later on tonight. You guys will get that news tomorrow. Some bullish things that I did confirm for Jasmine. Not that we're already very bullish on Jasmine to begin with. But this whole thing about data free flow with trust. I mean, if you hold Jasmine, I suggest everybody look more into some of the recent deep dives I did for that whole topic of DFFT. DFFT is the pathway forward, in my opinion, when it comes to regulatory framework. Literally, Japan is setting the standard for the world when it comes to that. So I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, Blackwood, glad to have you here. And let's see here. Someone says Pepe is so hot right now. They have more mentions than BTC and ETH combined. Well, I'm glad you guys, were able to take advantage of that and so on. I mean, I didn't take advantage of that, but I'm not beating myself up about it. It's just that for me, it was kind of like, like what happened in 2021. I had attitude. Oh my God, I did so well with Doge. Oh my gosh, I did so well with, Saitama, Shiba Inu. And then you start going after all the other ones. It's kind of like that, the concept of, at least for me, this is not financial advice, obviously. But, my attitude was, let me just mute this real quick. I just don't want to see people where it's kind of like a casino, right? You get the hot slot machine, or let's say, you're playing blackjack and, you're doing really, really well. And then you just get a mindset for whatever reason that you just, you can't stop winning. Oh yeah, you better believe the house is going to, come back for it. You know what I mean? And that's the way I look at when it comes to crypto. It's like, yeah, it's nice to play with house money. Like for instance, Mike Cornell was talking about with the leveraging and so on, if you know what you're doing. But at the same time, it's like, I just don't want to see people get wrecked with it. Or if anything, don't ever listen to any particular influencer who's going to tell you, oh, we just need to keep holding this long term and so on. I mean, hopefully some of you guys are taking your profits. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're all, grown men, grown women. But, it's just something to consider. I like the idea when I hear reports from you guys that you are power swapping to some of these assets that we cover for the long-term ones and so on. But as far as, recognizing some of that on the short-term plays, hey, man, awesome. Some of you guys did well in, what's it called, ASOP? Or PSYOPs, I should say. The other one was like the little girl or whatever, right? That Elon posted. So that's good stuff. Larry Davis says hot bit close operations told everyone to remove funds, then made it impossible by removing the withdrawal. All right. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and highlight that here in a bit then, since you guys want to get into that. Hot bit closing, get your stuff off by June 21st. I don't have anything on there. So, but I'm glad you guys are keeping each other informed. What do you think of this Ledger Restore debacle? My thing when it comes to Ledger, I mean, hopefully everything will get sorted out the way it should be. But I don't like, a forced update where we have to use a third party. So Larry Davis still wanting to figure out my new air gapped wallet. Speaking of air, all right. So, what was it? Crypto Puppet messaged me earlier about some of these airdrops you can get from, Coinbase and stuff like that. You guys got to watch out for that. Most of you guys are. Anything from a hot wallet, right? When it comes to Coinbase wallet, even MetaMask, all those are hot wallets. Never connect like your personal address. Like if they're requesting your address, like as in, a particular Ethereum address or whatever it is, that they're requesting. I would say 99% of those are probably scams. So, a couple that I talked about earlier was, what was it? Let me just connect this thing real quick. So here's some of the latest ones. You guys probably seen it yourself if you happen to use like Coinbase Wallet or some of these other wallets. So I'm just going to bring it up real quick while this is loading up. But here we go. So, like there's this one that's been around for a while, um, and just like that, it's gone. What the heck? Well, I guess maybe with all the recent news, they got rid of it. Interesting. Doesn't even show it on the list no more. But before this morning, it definitely did. But there was this one was called like 1-800 something drops, and there was another one that was like I don't know what it was. I think I gave the info to Mr. Crypto Puppet. I'm gonna pull that up real quick on my DM to him. So let me see what it was called. Looks Drop was the one that was probably almost a year and a half ago, and then the other one from I don't know, maybe 6 months ago is called Hop USDC, and you get airdrop those tokens even if you didn't ask for it. And the problem is, some people feel as though that they want to redeem those. Well, redeem them for what? You don't need to redeem them; they're all scams. So I just want to throw that out there. But I just refreshed my Coinbase wallet, and I don't see those anywhere. See those in there anymore. All right, I'm going to welcome Cool Cat Crypto. We're going to kick it into what you guys were talking about in regards to this whole thing with Hotbit. So smash that like if you haven't done so already. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic of Hotbit. All right. Here we go. All right, so this comes from Daily Hodl, and it mentions a few things, right? So I try to get the one that was most recent, see if there's any, update. So this might not be the update you're looking for. This is still news to me, and I can't exactly cover everything. I try to my best to. It says it's now too difficult to run a centralized crypto exchange, says Hotbit, as it shuts down. My God. Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency trading platform Hotbit announced today that will stop all operations on May 22nd. In a new announcement, Hotbit, which had 5 million users, cites deteriorating operating conditions, crypto industry changes, and risk management concerns as their motives for shutting down. Here's a quote from them. This decision is based on three main reasons. First, the deterioration of the operating conditions after the Hotbit management team was forced to suspend operations for several weeks due to the investigation in August of 2022. The industry has experienced a series of crises, including the collapse, of course, of FTX. Who doesn't know about that by now? Bank crisis, crises, I should say, causing USDC off-peg incidents, resulting in continuous outflows of funds from centralized exchange users, including Hotbit, and deteriorating cash flow. Number two, the change in the crypto industry trend, right? The successive collapse of large centralized institutions has led the industry to gradually go in two different ways, either embrace the regulation or become more decentralized. Hotbit team believes that centralized exchanges are becoming increasingly cumbersome with highly complex and interconnected businesses that are difficult to comply with, whether your compliance or decentralization are unlikely to meet long-term trends. I just want to state this real quick. So if you've been following the whole thing with Jasmine lately, especially this whole thing with DFFT, data free flow with trust, it's mentioned specifically that, we're going to get to the point, especially like with Japan, that this whole topic of like, the having to rely so much on a centralized exchange like Binance, those days are going to be over. And to me, that's the pathway forward for a lot of good things, right? All right, so number three, since its beginning, Hotbit has been characterized by providing a rich variety of assets and value-added methods. However, due to its industry's uncertainty, various opportunities also may contain risks. Hotbit also suffered numerous problems, such as a repeated cyber attack and the exploitation of project defects by malicious users, resulting in significant losses. Therefore, the Hotbit team believes that the operation model of supporting a diverse range of assets is unsustainable from a risk management standpoint. All right, so if anybody has Hotbit, you have until June 21st of this year to get the heck off of there. There's other info, right? If you want to read up more about this, you can just simply go to Google, type in Hotbit, or you can go Daily Hodl, like you see right here. All right. So that's what's going on with that. Going to come back into the frame. Saw a super chat come in. Thank you for that. But I also want to welcome Dan Armin, who says, hi, everyone. Glad to have you here, Mr. Dan Armin. Henry Brown with the super chat. He goes, yo, 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 Max. Let's give a big shout out to Denver Nuggets. Oh, I knew you were going to do this. Okay. All right. You can take that $5 super chat. You can stick it with the sun don't shine. I'm playing. All right. Thank you for the $5 super chat. All right. I'll read it. Yo, Max, let's give a big shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, good credit where credit's due. I mean, they got an amazing team. Let's take advantage of these low prices in crypto, and Tim Dog dropped that G-Funk album soon. All right. Well, where rhythm is life and life is rhythm. Thank you, Mr. Henry Brown. All right. Let's go further down in the comments. No, someone corrected me. Interesting. All right. Shay, about 11x since you mentioned it. Someone says, those days are over, Max. You have to literally be on the scene day one when a project drops. Can you maximize your get? Yeah, Larry showed me some kind of video. It was like from TikTok that explains a few key things. I'll have to, I guess I'll try to get ready for you guys tomorrow. I'll try to remember that. But this guy does an outline of like, following specific things that Elon, getting like a notification every time Elon Musk tweets, getting a notification about every time certain wallets, right, that have invested into SHIB before it blasted off, invested into PayPay, invested in some of these other things before they pop off, to follow what they're doing. That's worth doing. It's worth paying attention to. But yeah, I get where you're coming from, Mr. Summer Fudd. All right. Blackwood says there's fake airdrops on Twitter every day. Can't trust. That's true too. But I'm saying as far as the ones that specifically land in our hot wallet, you know what I mean? I don't really use much of these hot wallets anyway, but I still have some certain coins. They're like crap coins, right? So I do pay attention to what's going on with some of that stuff. But as far as the ones on Twitter, I mean, I wouldn't trust any of them at all. Like 99% of them, I wouldn't trust. All right, let me get this timer thing going on. Hold on a second. Timer for 5 minutes. There we go. I'm gonna double check the other screen, make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. Read a couple more comments. All right. Got some BSV info towards the end of the show for you guys. Want to welcome April Cornwell. She said, hey, Max. Hey, everyone. Thank you for being here, April. All right. You can buy 100 BSV soon with my profits. Cool. Buying the real Bitcoin. All right. Hello, guten Tag, Liechtenstein Exchange. Just me in the house. Hello to Magic Power. I want to welcome Wayne Side, who's in the house at the SEC. I got something in regards to the SEC from in regards to the whole Ripple thing. All right. It said 92 million diluted, so I guess I need to get out. Who owns Jasmine? At the beginning, Jasmine belonged to a company, and there was a dispute between the company and the founders. Well, we're going to get into who owns Jasmine as well as part of the outline tonight. So we're going to start things off actually with some recent news. All right. And it's from one of your favorite guys. So let's go ahead and jump into that. And it's from the one and only Mr. Michael Saylor. Yes, Michael Saylor, right? Look at this, guys. So this was reported about 9 hours ago. And yes, this comes from actually MSN.com. Bitcoin has bottomed and the world's biggest cryptocurrency is on a new bull run, says Michael Saylor. Right? Michael Saylor. You're one and only. Let me blow this up a little bit for you guys. All right. So in regards to him, Saylor says Bitcoin's price has bottomed. Crypto regulation will soon weed out Bitcoin's competitors, according to Saylor. This, along with Bitcoin's halving and the ordinals protocol, are bullish as well. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin's current rally is in fact the start of the new bull run. The software company's co-founder chalks up the new bull market to Bitcoin's halving, as in BTC, right? More adoption of the crypto asset and a regulatory crackdown on the industry that should benefit Bitcoin. Interesting. All right. Investor and developer interest will begin shifting from other blockchains, Saylor says, and into Bitcoin's network as regulation begins to weed out competitors like Ethereum. Earlier this year, U.S. Securities Exchange Commission Chairman Gensler, oh God, said that everything other than Bitcoin falls under securities laws. On top of that, it says, quote, I think the crypto tokens and crypto securities are going to be regulated, perhaps out of existence. He told CNBC on Friday, adding that the token is one commodity that the SEC is not going to regulate. Bitcoin is the most, well, BTC is the most secure network. It's the most secure asset. Everything else has got a black cloud hanging over it. Hence why, you know, Michael Saylor always is referred to as a Bitcoin, or I should say BTC maxi, right? There's a little bit more to this, and let me see here. So, you know, it mentions this thing about Sam Bankman-Fried and all this stuff. But I want to go down to this for a moment. And that is from Saylor again. He says, you're going to see a consistent flow of capital flowing from the rest of the crypto ecosystem into BTC. Do we agree with some of this? Do we not? I don't know. But nonetheless, I thought I would play this quick video for you guys. So smash that like if you haven't done so already. Let's listen to this. This comes straight from CoinDesk, actually. They'll let me turn up the volume. My God, why won't let me do that? There we go. That's so strange. I can do 100%. Anyway. All right, here we go.
Though by the past couple of weeks of trading, that's because Bitcoin's trading range has narrowed to the tightest it's been in months. Well, joining us now to discuss this and whether it'll ever wake up is CEO of AI quant-based liquidity aggregator Fluid, and his name is Ahmed Ismail. Good morning, Ahmed.
Good morning.
So this has been maybe the most boring market in a long time. Glassnode data said that in the past week, from highs to lows, 3.4%. I mean, that's almost, in crypto world, that's negligible. I know in the equity markets, that's almost interesting. What do you think is happening here? Why is it? Remember cryptocurrency? It used to trade. You would not know that, though, by the past.
Sorry about that. I forgot that MSN.com is absolutely stupid when it comes to their buffering. You could have a certain thing set for auto, and then if you have to rebuffer for whatever reason, it doesn't like just, you know, downgrade to like say, you know, 1080 to 720, 720 to 480. It just refreshes the thing completely. So I remember that in the future not to share their content because that's absolutely stupid. All right. I'm gonna kick it back into the comments just for a brief bit. And if anything, we'll get into the next thing that we got going on here tonight. Sorry about that. All right. Let me see here. I have a ledger according to Larry Davis. Not affected, but F them, can't be trusted. A lot of people are pissed off with Ledger right now. Michael Montclair, sorry, I'm sour as F about Hotbit. That's all right. I'm pissed because Hotbit closing from pressure from the SEC since Bittrex closed. That's the real reason. Well, then, dang. Yeah, I remember when Bittrex closed. Yeah. I didn't mind Bittrex. I know some people don't like them, but I did use them a few times as a third party because, you know, KuCoin wouldn't allow US-based debit cards. So I did use them for a bit. All right. Menace states, sorry, Magic Power. It's flood like that from people that obviously do zero research. Just watch on one YouTube video, then down talk a project. Later, guys, not in the mood because hot bit news tonight. I'll be happy tomorrow night. Oh, I understand. No problem. Take it easy. All right. See if you got anything specific. Muff has been in Jasmy since 2021. All right, let me just jump into what we have then. All right, let me use that as a reference. Let's jump into what we got. All right, so there was this whole talk, of course, from Michael Saylor in regards to Bitcoin and so on. I thought I would jump into a little bit of what we have here, and I do this once in a while, not all the time. So let's share this. This comes from Investor Place, from the crypto network side of things. This was reported about, what is today? 22nd, 2 days ago. So I thought I'd share this with you guys. And if anything, I'm going to just kind of come back into the frame for a brief moment. I'm going to make sure this is zoomed in a little bit more. There we go. All right. So, Michael Saylor was talking about, he feels as though that, we're going to have blast off and so on, right? Some people want to disagree with that and so on. So here's a particular update. It says, weekly update, cryptos keep diverging, but major technical bull market signal is close to being triggered. Jeez, that camera again. It's not the camera. It's a stupid update from NVIDIA. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh. I had to restart my computer for this nonsense. Between me and Larry having problems, it's just freaking ridiculous. Give me a second. God, that's annoying. Does it again. I'll go Richard Common Sense crypto style, I guess. Yep, there it goes again. All right, well, I'm going to share the screen. I'm just going to share this whole screen. Forget it. Going to go old school. Stupid thing. All right. Let's make a full screen on this. So let's get into this. Still make it a good show. Weekly update. Cryptos keep diverging, but major technical market signal is close to being triggered. Like it says, cryptocurrencies continue to basically stall out. And, I'm going to get into some of the summary of this, but look what it's mentioned, and underperformed this week market yet, yet another week of crypto sitting out during what has been a very strong stock market rally since late April. If you're aware of that, some of you guys are into stocks, some of you aren't, but it's okay. Cryptos continue to stall out and underperform this week, marking yet another week of cryptos sitting in, what has been referred to as a strong week, like we mentioned. Everybody's basically concerned, by this bearish divergence, right? I felt as though that like we were right at the start of the bull run and so on, right? There's a difference between the start and the all-time highs. Some people were kind of on board for that. Some people weren't. But anyway, like it says, there's a bullish stance that this is just early choppiness in the fourth crypto boom cycle. We continue to be buyers on weakness. I'm basically taking advantage of some of these dips. Because the way I personally look at it is, why not? At the end of the day, I'm going to take advantage of, like, for instance, purchasing Jasmy at these low prices. I originally came into Jasmy at 0.006. You get the idea, right? Coming in at 0.004, and so on I'm not complaining. All right. So, it says, as we basically saw last week, the bearish divergence between tech stocks and cryptos started in late April due to crypto regulatory issues. In short, the regulatory picture for cryptos has become increasingly murky over the past few weeks, which has forced a few big exchanges and funds to leave the market and has ultimately kept big buyers away from what? Crypto. So, it mentions this whole thing of a bearish divergence forming in crypto as tech stock rally leaves BTC behind. And you do see that, highlighted there. I try to zoom in as much as I could before you can have an idea of what's going on with that. Those issues continue this week. After the exit of Jane Street and jump trading from the crypto markets, new evidence emerged showing that there has been a massive outflow of institutional money from cryptocurrencies. I used to cover, for instance, Clearpool all the time, and one of the things that stood out for Clearpool was Jane Street was the first big Wall Street player to use DeFi, and they happen to use, for instance, Clearpool, which really stood out. And then, of course, they exited. But those things happen. You got to keep in mind, for instance, like with Clearpool, they are a DeFi lending platform. Okay. Getting a little bit more into this, it says, as a result, while tech stocks rallied to fresh 2020-23 highs this week, Bitcoin, as the BTC, fell flat at the end of the week, more than 10% below its 2023 highs. We view these issues as more optical than fundamental and more, I can't even read what that says right now, excuse me, than secular. That is, we do not think crypto regulation will be passed that will fundamentally stop cryptos, right? Nor do we think that regulators will remain uncertain about what regulations to pass. I mean, at the end of the day, we still are stuck in this limbo when it comes to what's going on with some of these regulatory bodies and so on, in what direction they're going with all this uncertainty or unclarity, if you will. Europe, for example, is already passing sweeping crypto regulation. The U.S. should follow suit, basically. Given our view that regulatory issues today are optical and ephemeral, we believe the weakness that they are creating is a buying opportunity. And that's just personally the way I look at a lot of this stuff. I look at a lot of it as being a buying opportunities, paying close attention to ones that you may have on your watch list. It's important to have a watch list. If you don't have a crypto portfolio, you can always create one. It's free, especially on CMC. And you can basically have a watch list. You don't have to have a watch list necessarily on CMC. You can do other platforms like, CoinGecko and so on. But the point is, have a watch list and, have an idea of what the bottom has been, whether it is, the past 90 days or, the past year and so on, especially if it's something the past year. Like I'll give a shout out to, Mr. Triple C of, Cool Cat Crypto at BSV. I mean, in reality, for this last year, we were roughly at around bottom for BSV, right? So, I mean, there's examples of that, right? So, whatever seems to be like the bottom, and you recognize that, even if you, jumped on some of that, have the attitude that, basically speaking, you take advantage of these dips. So it says, importantly, the fundamental and technical trends supporting the crypto markets remain favorable. Macroeconomically, everything is shifting in favor of higher crypto prices. Inflationary pressures continue to fall, basically. This week, investors learned that the median sale price of a home fell in April by the most year over year since 2012. They're always talking about, that bubble bursting. Well, there's an example. The economy continues to stabilize. The Conference Board reported that the last month is basically leading indicators index stabilizing on a year-over-year growth basis, as opposed to dropping, has been the case for months now. The Fed continues to shift dovish, with Fed Chair Jerome Powell saying on Friday that the central bank may not need to hike rates again because of subsiding inflationary pressures in banking sector fallout. Now, I just want to take a moment to highlight this because I have stated in the last Bull Run thesis video, I think it was part 9, which I did include in a Jasmine video. The reason why I think this is so huge is because getting that Fed pause based on the last 4-year cycles means absolute blast off. And if you've been following these things, that's what to pay attention to. It's one thing to listen to opinions of people from comments of random crypto shows and so on, right? And hopping on that bandwagon. There's another thing to recognize actual data. I highly suggest you look more into this. Or if you haven't watched that video, you don't have to, but, give you a better, broader perspective of why that's important. The Fed pause, in my opinion, equals to blast off. And I'm going to continue to say that 100%. These are exact macroeconomic developments that cryptos need to push higher. Fundamentally, we remain bullish. I do as well. Technically, things look very good. Indeed, BTC is very close to flashing a bullish crossover signal that has marked the beginnings of previous boom cycles. And again, that's, this is why we got the saying, numbers don't have emotions or data don't have emotions. In reality, it's like, you just got to pay attention to what has happened. I understand that, people are going to say, well, this is a different type of situation that we're in. There's wars going on in the world. We're facing, the collapse of the dollar, and these things didn't happen before in the past. Not that it might not be necessarily the same case, but the key thing is recognizing that, if you do follow the 4-year cycles dating all the way back to 2009, well, you got to keep in mind, look where Bitcoin's inception was, and how we came out of that, and where we're at today. All right, BTC realized price is on the cusp of crossing above its long-term holder LTH realized price. Realized price is the average value of BTC supply calculated at the price at which the coins were last moved on chain. The LTH realized price is the on-chain acquisition price for long-term holders or coins that haven't moved for at least 155 days. Every previous crypto boom cycle has confirmed when BTC's realized price crossed above its LTH realized price, indicating a short-term buying demand is flowing into the market and long-term investors are holding. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, for a lot of us that have been into this crypto game for like 2.5 years plus, some of you guys have been in longer than me. You've been holding a lot of these assets for the longest time. This crossover happened in September 2012, marking the start of the first crypto boom cycle. It happened again, guys. Let's look at this data. May 2016, starting this, basically the second crypto boom cycle, and it happened again in June 2019, marking the start of the third crypto boom cycle. Here's a representation of what they're talking about. You can follow this if you want the source. You can go to Glassnode if you're real technical, want to nerd it out like that. But nonetheless, here it is. You can see what's going on with that. Another crossover is imminent right now. I've been saying that myself for a while. I'm not trying to hop on a bandwagon, but again, I'm just looking at the data. The realized price is about 20,200 and trending up. But you guys, you got to also keep in mind this, all right? What I want to state is, yes, this is all based off of what's going on in the current market and so on. Things could go in the negative factor. I'm not a genie or I'm not a fortune teller and so on. Also, keep in mind, if we do get regulatory clarity within the next couple years, then that in itself could be huge because, let's face it, we all want to see utility run. So those are all factors to consider as well. The realized price is about 20,200 and trending up. The LTH realized price is about 20,800 and is pushing gradually lower. Within a few weeks, even days, the realized price will likely cross above the LTH realized price. The 3 previous times this happened, it confirmed the first, second, and third crypto boom cycles. And that's worth noting. I mean, everybody that wants to dismiss this whole idea, and it's okay. I mean, if people want to say I'm full of crap, that's okay. I mean, it's not going to cause me to, basically, trap myself in a dark room and not get any daylight, but it's all right. My thing is we can agree to disagree. If it happens a fourth time, like it says in May or June, we strongly believe it will confirm that we are in the fourth crypto boom cycle. And my thing is this: we get a Fed pause in June. I honestly feel as though that's just going to be the real, you're going to start seeing things blast off. That's just how I personally feel about it. We can agree to disagree, but there's a statement here. Overall, we remain very bullish on the outlook for cryptos into 2025. Interim volatility driven by regulatory fears is nothing more than a buying opportunity. Don't get spooked. A lot of people are getting spooked. Let's be honest. Cryptos aren't catching a huge bid right now. Instead, embrace the weakness and get excited about the fact that all the boom cycle signals are getting triggered right now. And whenever I feel depressed about stuff, I just go back to some of this stuff, and I say to myself, look, if the cycles are correct, which they have been in the past, this is what excites me. I want to accumulate during this accumulation phase. I don't want to accumulate at the top of the next phase, everybody, which is the markup phase. Anyway, there's some other notes here, but it's nothing too significant. I'm going to jump back into the comments for a brief moment. Just try to read some. Thank you for everybody that's still with me while I'm doing the whole thing of hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I'm getting mocked by my dad, but that's all right. He kind of messed up my flow. But anyway, yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the. I can't even say it right now. He keeps mocking me. That's all right. All right, so I'm gonna get into the next bit of the comments. Thanks you to everybody who's still with us, even though we're doing kind of a weird, rich, common sense crypto approach. All right, so let's see where we're at. And if anything, we'll go from there. Henry Brown says the subpoena ledger. Hold on, I will subpoena ledger to get everyone's Jasmy coin. That's cool. I mean, somebody's got to do it, right? I want to welcome the Disabled Machine. Thank you for being here. Mr. Muff says it's okay, miss. We like Jasmy here for the most part. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. I mean, I think for the most part, I think most like it. Some people don't. Some people might say, hey, it's got, it's Ethereum. It's got, gas fees. Sell all your Jasmy. Sell all your quant. Don't matter if your quant's going to go to 100,000 the coin. There's Ethereum gas fees. They're going to charge you $1,000 in the future for those gas fees of what you hold. Never mind, it's going to make you a millionaire. But, you need to sell all your quant because you're going to get a gas fee. I don't know. I mean, that may be you, may not be. Let me double check a setting. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can get this to work. If not, then that's it. All right. I'm going to go with Triple C. Says Jasmy is his horse right now. XRP Boss Max, you're the man. Great content. Big bruh. By the way, community, smash that like button. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me see here. And it's being weird. This whole thing. Muff says he's going to ride 20x on Jasmy all the way up. LOL. That's funny. What I'm going to do right now, actually, is I'm going to switch it to a little bit of Hedera news just for a brief moment. So I'm going to show you guys something in regards to Hedera. And this is in light of all the recent new, they had, of course, a new governing council member, which is Kafra. I did a video about this, but for some of you guys, maybe you didn't see it. So I am going to share this. And let's just go ahead and bring that up here in a moment. Hedera. And while I'm playing this, I'm going to try to maybe fix my camera. All right. Because nothing really wrong with my camera. It's just having some issues with the other software, which is stupid. Every time there's an update for the other software, it does this to me. And it drives me absolutely crazy. And yes, I have restarted my computer. Did you do a hard boot? Yes, I've done a hard boot. You're talking to a guy that's literally worked in IT for over 23 years. I'm not a complete noob. All right, here we go.
We are in the dawn of a new decentralized era, where people who don't know or trust each other can securely collaborate and transact online without the need for an intermediary. For distributed ledgers to go mainstream and enable this vision, there are 4 issues that must be addressed: speed, security, stability, and governance. Hedera Hashgraph is the enterprise-grade public network that addresses these challenges. The underlying Hashgraph consensus algorithm offers speed and scalability, fair ordering, and best-in-class security for mission-critical applications. Hedera is a platform built on and built for trust.
You need a governing concept. And because blockchain systems are about trust, well, somebody has to set the standard for trust.
Hedera aims to achieve a truly decentralized governance model. The Hedera Governing Council is an elected group of highly diversified, leading global organizations, committed to supporting the development and growth of the Hedera public network. Comprised of the world's most innovative companies across different industries and geographies, the Hedera Governing Council will chart the path for the Hedera platform and public network. Their responsibilities include hosting and maintaining initial network nodes, establishing a governance framework for global markets, and overseeing the software run by hundreds of thousands of nodes at scale, and for the overall direction of the Hedera platform's codebase.
We decided to join Hedera Hashgraph, but not only join, but being a counselor on the Hedera Hashgraph network, because it's important for us to influence the future roadmap.
The Governing Council will play a crucial role for this emerging sector, creating the best practices and guidelines that will serve the industry for decades to come.
but we're all going to be able to get together and share that sort of global best practice knowledge on a series of interesting and challenging questions about the future of this technology and how we can help frame a governance around it.
Hedera Hashgraph goes beyond blockchain with a fast, fair and secure distributed public ledger governed by the world's leading enterprises and made for developers, creating a trusted and empowered digital future for all. What future will you build?
All right, so that was cool. I'm gonna try to share this next thing I found out for Hedera with you guys. This was recent news. Let me just jump to this real quick. Give me just a second. Here it is. So we're just obviously talking about Hedera, and you know this comes straight from this guy. His name is Dave H. He reported anyone saying that Hedera running massive scale enterprise dApps does not have retail solutions. Look no further. LG has built its NFT smart TV platform on Hedera. So every time someone interacts with an NFT on their TV, retail basically, there will be transactions on Hedera. That's the utility basically being used. And that's really, really cool stuff. I want to show you guys this. So it says the LG marketplace is based on the Hedera network. It allows TVs running operating system 5.0 or web OS, right? 5.0 to trade digital artwork. When connected to an NFT market server, the device uses on-screen QR codes that lets users complete transactions via a crypto wallet. So is this like the smartest of the smart TVs? Could very well be, right? Mandela originally reported this. It's a South Korean tech company, LG Electronics, filed a patent application for its blockchain-based smart TV that allows users to do just that, trade NFTs. How cool is that? Thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm going to try something real quick and see if I can basically come back into the frame. Give me a second. And if this is going to be the last try, if it doesn't work, then I don't know. I guess I'm screwed. So let's see what happens. Nope, doesn't like it. Yep, every time I try to come back on, doesn't like it. And that's something. Unbelievable. All right, so there's that. And I think I'm going to leave this thing unplugged because it's making a stupid sound every time I try to come back in. All right, so I do appreciate we still have a good crew of people here, and I thank you for that. I'm going to jump into the next comment of what we have. Elon Muff says he's going to ride 20x on Jasmine all the way up. Wow, nice. GS says a governing council meeting at Google headquarters, H-Bar. Boomer is saying what's up to Machine. Corey Bebe. Remember Bebe's Kids? Remember that movie? I don't know if you do it from like 1993 or something like that, 92. Corey Bebe, if I pronounce it right, might be Babe. Let's go XLM. I love to see utility crypto bull run XLM, XRP, XDC. Absolutely, man, 100%. All right. Let's see. You guys are welcoming each other. Glad to have that. Craig Connor says he looked at BSV. It has some real spikes, very intermittent, not predictable. Get liquidated in a second. Have to wait and hit the button yourself. My thing is, when it comes to BSV, I mean, that's just going to be a really, really long-term hold for me. But, you know, people are going to have to do what they got to do. Triple C says he wants to get his long shot fund beefed up a little. That's interesting. All right. Let's see here. Do a 20x and leave on reserve. Take a ride with him. Cool. Aussie Life, welcome. Thank you for being a great supporter of CTN, and especially like from Jasmine. We do appreciate you. All right, going to read a couple more. As AIs get better, what is real? See how far behind I am. Not too bad. And apparently AI-generated hoax of an explosion at the Pentagon went viral online and markets. Elon Musk, that's how he made 5 racks on PayPay with $75, except it was 100x. Interesting. Menace, Jasmine still strong. Also, Jasmine is correlated to BTC, slow and steady, as well as Ethereum. Yeah, that's very true. As well as Ethereum. So, anything. I don't know. You know, we talk about things being emotional. My software decides it wants to be emotional sometimes. Really isn't the camera because it tested on a different computer. But it's one of those things that just drives you nuts. There's always got to be something that's got to drive a person nuts once in a while. And for me, this is definitely one of them. So, anyway. It's like, can't you guys get a break, right? Between Larry and me. All this doesn't happen. Probably happens to Larry more than me. But it does happen. Anyway. Yamaha Pacifica. I like the green background. I don't like it. I'm glad you like it. All right. Let me see if I can do something to turn this thing on. Possibly. And maybe this finally worked. I rolled back the drivers. All right, let's see if this works, guys. Crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers. So good so far. All right. Oh, man. Crazy stuff. It was like rolling back the drivers. We're playing a Hedera video, and which, of course, requires a restart. But I thought maybe I could get away with it because it's from OBS, and I apparently was able to get away with it. So anyway, glad to be back on camera with you guys. Yay. Feel so much more happier. I don't want to jinx it, though. All right. I'm going to read just a couple more comments, and we'll kick it into the outline because we really, really need to. And I do want to see let me see what's going on with the Lakers. All right. I'm rooting for LeBron. I'm not a Laker fan, though, but I'm a LeBron James fan. Lakers are up 75-60, and it's the third quarter. Ooh, they might survive. All right. Cool stuff. That makes me happy. Screw the Lakers, Max. Screw LeBron. I know. I've seen you guys, some of your comments. It's okay. Cool Cat, man. I'm telling you flat out, man, you're going to get one of the greatest draft picks maybe in history. Hopefully that works out in your Spurs. But anyway, yeah, we'll read Cool Cat's comment. He says people are waking up to the fact BTC doesn't work. Wouldn't hold any of that. I just think there's other better opportunities. You know what I mean? Like you mentioned, the real Bitcoin, BSV, or, you know, I know you're not a big quant fan, but, you know, like Quant, Jasmine, obviously XLM, HBAR, some of these other ones, right? By the way, I got some huge news in regards to XLM. You know what? Why don't we just get into that? We're going to get into that right now. Guys, you love some XLM? You want to see? We've always wanted to see, for instance, let's stop the screen on this one. We've all wanted to see XLM go mainstream. I got some big news for you guys because I follow Stellar Foundation every day. Huge news for Stellar. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. And you know what? Let's just jump right into this, man. Why keep you guys waiting? I'm back on camera with you guys. Let's get into some of the juicy news for Stellar. You're like, what? Stellar? Max, seriously? Stellar? Yeah, absolutely. Stellar Foundation. I mean, it's big. And the way I look at it is I want to share this with you guys. You guys should know who this actor is. He is the one and only Idris Elba. This was released 4 hours ago, straight from the Stellar Foundation. And it's only about 23 seconds, but I won't say anything else more. We're just going to have to watch it. Here we go. Going to come out of the frame for this one. Here we go. And yeah, we're going to play this. This is really cool. All right, here we go.
Hey, I'm Idris Elba, and I've got a big announcement. I'm going to be at this year's Meridian in Madrid. Ain't that right, Danelle?
No hay libros en la biblioteca.
Bueno, I think Danelle's busy. Question is, Will I see you there?
Freaking Stellar, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I've always stated that I felt as though if you're going to pick one out of the bunch, it's Stellar is going to be the one that's going to be the cryptocurrency of the world, you know, for every Joe Schmo out there, you, me, you name it. When I see little things like that, it makes me feel like, you know what? Are we too far off with some of those statements? I don't think so. So, yeah, Idris Elba, you know, I see some of his movies. I know some people had him actually picked to become like the first black James Bond. Whether you agree with that or not, but you know, here's the thing, right? He's considered pretty much like a superstar, and yeah, you know, maybe some people don't like the idea of actors because of the whole FTX thing. That's FTX. This is Stellar, for crying out loud. But we're going to show you guys another thing in regards to all this. So I'm going to share this, and this is some more Stellar for you. This comes from this guy. His name is Sammy. No, not Sammy, from Alabama. Shout out to him, of course. But I do want to show you guys this. So this was posted, I believe, earlier. Well, actually, it was on the 16th, but it did get a lot of press. So it says, ARM Tech, a Stellar partner, will actively participate in 3 central bank digital currency CBDC projects around the world, 2 of which will be in Europe, bringing the total number of CBDCs on the Stellar network to 6. Let's blow this up for a second. The Cyprus-based fintech company, Tech, will be actively participating in central bank digital currency CBDC projects internationally in 2023. The company is considering taking part in 3 ventures, 2 of which are in Europe. Modern finances can soon no longer exclude smart contracts, programmability, and asset tokenization. The regulative institutions already understand that and are trying to find new innovative methods. Look at this quote. Participation in centralized digital currency projects is a key element in our strategy. As a company that has significant experience in integration on the Stellar blockchain, we believe that CBDC is the future of finance. And, you know, I believe that they are part of a mix, whether it's QNT, Ripple, obviously Stellar, that's part of that. Now, here is the source of where this came from. This was originally all the way back, of course, from March 8th. But it talks about this whole thing of Cyprus-based fintech company participating in, of course, CBDC projects. A lot of you guys are obviously following some of this stuff. But I'm just going to get down to one of the key things. And that is, you know, what was mentioned in regards to that quote. But down here, it says ARM Tech, which is a focus on the development of wide spectrum of state-of-the-art IT solutions ranging from payment, processing, and technology for CFD trained to blockchain integration and fintech domains. Gazaran added that the company has great chance to succeed in the projects. Look at this quote. We can act as a processing center as well as an ecosystem for digital currencies and a unique supplier of pioneering technologies that are based on the Stellar blockchain. We're able to offer reliable scenarios that are fit to work in the frameworks of regulated markets. Now, let's face it, we're all wanting to get framework. We're all wanting to see this regulatory clarity in the markets. It says these scenarios feature the highest degrees of efficiency. Since the very beginning, we chose the Stellar blockchain, which is tailored for financial transactions. And we've seen time and time again when it comes to Stellar that you're seeing like this particular, you know, project built on Stellar and this one and that one. But one of the key things is you will notice that a lot of these, you know, VCs and so on are coming out from even, you know, what is referred to as, you know, third world countries and so on. Why would that be? Because Stellar helps them maintain the native currency, right? Whether it's the Naira or some of these other particular examples. It's a solution to a problem, which means that, you know, you see examples of, I hate to say it, but, you know, Western Union, you know, if you're going to use like, I would imagine the Naira, your native currency is going to diminish greatly. You take third party counterparts out of the mix. This is where Stellar's utility really, really shines. So I like to see some of these examples, and which brings me also, of course, to what I want to show you from Mr. Elon Musk, and that is this right here. And he sent this to me earlier today. He goes, "Whoa, what is this about?" And I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to blow this up. So we're always talking about, obviously, ISO 222, and it's been a while since we really put a lot of emphasis on just that, ISO 222. But look what's mentioned here in regards to the QFS conversion. If you're new to QFS, the quantum financial system. It says, okay, folks, we have a timeline change on the FedNow payment service. There's still going to be some people going to say maybe it's, Cypherium, right? I mean, I'm one of those guys, I'm still holding on to my Cypherium just in case. And if it crashes below a penny, I'll buy another bag. That's just me. I'm crazy like that. But look what it says. Okay, folks, we have a timeline, like I mentioned, on the FedNow payment service. We're expecting July 1st to be the go-to live date for the FedNow program, but they have shifted one aspect of their international payment service to a 1 month earlier date. Now, here it is. FedNow money transfers are now going to start on June 1st. I mean, guys, that's like, what? Almost a week and a half away, roughly, right? Crazy. Okay, so it says the implementation of ISO 222 or the international payment system will make this possible from one financial institution to another. The service will be conducted 24/7, but it is going to be up to individual institutions to adopt this regimen. Are you getting excited yet? I'm definitely excited. Not necessarily for Cypherium, but all of these ones are tied into ISO 222. Maybe I'm going to bite the bullet and just, prepare myself for, like, for instance, IOTA. I always feel as though that's going to be the one's going to sneak up on me. Some of you guys already hold IOTA, for instance. So I thought I'd show you guys that. I'm going to jump back to, I think, another thing that we have. I don't know if it's from Mr. Elon Musk, but it's definitely from one of you guys. Oh, it's something I found earlier. So there's this, and let me share this with you guys as well. This is good stuff. Smash it like if you haven't done this already. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. And we appreciate everybody here with us tonight. Over 50 wonderful, beautiful people, as Larry even mentioned. This comes from this guy's name is Miles Braun. He follows, for instance, Quant, LCX, HBAR, XL, and XRP. Kind of like all the same ones I do as well. He says, prepare for the global economic crash. CBDC will arrive quicker than you think as a solution. Now, we understand there's certain states that are banning it, and rightfully so. It says buy coins that are building CBDCs, for instance, QNT, XRP, XLM, right? For those are like literally, that's my top 3 right there, right? So, I'm looking to stack more and more when it comes to these. Some of you guys have already done it, right? But look what it mentions in regards to, Bitcoin, aka BTC. It says it's a store of value. People won't hold the US dollar and buy Bitcoin. They're going to basically do that. They're going to buy Bitcoin instead. It says gold will rise, buy real estate, be ready to bet against government bonds. Some people are obviously buying precious metals, silver, gold, and so on. This is the Great Reset. That's what he feels. But he's referencing what is reported here from Watcher Guru 5 hours ago. And if you're not caught up on this, it mentions that the Treasury Secretary, who's Janet Yellen, says, did I just lose my camera again? Yeah, that's unbelievable. It's so annoying. Let me see if it's, oh man. All right, hopefully that stops. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so Bedhead Yellen basically says it's now highly likely the U.S. will run out of cash by early June. I want to show you guys this for just a brief moment. So here comes from the original article, and I'm going to highlight this from Watcher Guru. But run out cash by June. Is this all perfectly planned? Is this like, we hear about, the whole thing with FedNow in June. I mean, when we talk about crypto, right, it's all about supply and demand at the end of the day. I mean, let's be honest. There goes my connection again. So that's so stupid. I am going to do a full screen. There we go. And sorry about that. It lasted while it did. Maybe I got to do a true restart. But if anything, maybe I can do a restart and just come back here in a bit. But yeah, sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought right there. Let me just unplug this thing again. But anyway, yeah, Janet Yellen is once again warning Congress of the looming U.S. default. According to her, it is now highly likely that the U.S. will run out of cash by June, stopping it from paying its debt. And of course, there's always going to be the whole thing of, well, we'll just, we'll raise the debt ceiling and so on. But that's where this report was. Biden and Speaker McCarthy are currently locked, or I should say, they locked horns over the looming debt crisis, looking to resolve the current impasse. Representatives from both sides, right, Democrats, Republicans, and so on, have been drafting ideas over the past week to cap federal spending while reducing the deficit. At the same time, both hope to raise the $3.14 trillion borrowing cap. In her letter, Yellen warns, quote, with an additional week of information now available, I'm writing to note that we estimate that it is highly likely that the Treasury will no longer be able to satisfy all the government's obligations if Congress has not acted to raise or suspend the debt limit by early June and potentially as early as June 1st, according to what she wrote. On top of that, in regards to Monday, Yellen did not suggest that there might be more time. She warned that failing to lift the debt limit would be disastrous for the economy. She gave June 1st as an absolute date that the U.S. could run out of cash. So, I mean, in reality, we always heard some of these things, even in the past. I mean, this is not like this is anything new. But just prepare yourselves just in case, right? Maybe you want to get some cash out to prepare for doom and gloom. Let's just be honest. There's nothing wrong with doing that. All right. So there's this quote. It says, if Congress fails to increase the debt limit, it would cause severe hardship to American families, harm our global leadership position, and raise questions about our ability to defend our national security interests, according to Janet Yellen. Hope to solve this issue before June 1st is dwindling more each day, and Democrats and Republicans are still miles apart on multiple issues. A failure to resolve the pending default could see interruptions to multiple government aid programs for retirees and veterans, stocks plummeting, and even higher hikes in interest rates. Millions of jobs are also in jeopardy. So there you have it in regards to that. I would share that with you guys. I'm going to kick it back into the comments, and let's see where we're at. All right. All the way Inu, welcome back. He says, buy the Jesus token, big or dip baby. Interesting. Triple C says, oh my God, there's a Jesus token. Elon Musk says, Jasmine will break off BTC titties soon. Moon time coming soon. I hope you're all happy with your Jasmine baggy. All right. Menace, welcome. Only business to business utilization of cryptocurrency will be any use, which is utility. Craig Connor, remember, when Gary hits the fan, the crash will be the buying opportunity as good as COVID. Keep dry power ready. That's interesting in itself, right? All right, let me see here. Let me see if I got anything with a video on it real quick. If I can play it for you guys. I think I do. I got a little something for you. Let's play this really well. It's part of an outline though. Dang it. You know what? We'll jump into the Jasmine content because you know what? Some of you guys are waiting for some of that Jasmine content. All right. We could pull it up, right? Where is this? Man. Excuse me. I'm just trying to pull this up the right way. This is Zenfin. Hold on just a moment. I apologize. All right. I think I got it. Yeah, I do. I want to give Menelect a shout out real quick right here. So let's go ahead and share this. Like a big old avatar of mine, right? All right. So this comes from Mentelect, and he states, Jasmine announced plans to enter China, India, Vietnam, has 30 corporate partnerships, hired a former Sony engineer. Jasmine is front-running smart city development with this IoT platform, entered the carbon credit, NFT spaces, etc. Jasmine also has $0 debt. For instance, Bitcoin in Japan. He's trying to reference the KIR finance, but he doesn't have the right tag. That's okay. I'm going to blow this up for you guys. You see this whole thing about the Jasmine will create Jasmine universe, especially for general users, technical developers, and cooperative enterprises, attracting more people interested in Jasmine. The establishment of Jasmine universe is a milestone for individuals to realize the deep digging of data value, data security management, and enterprises to realize the personalized data use environment, finally reaching the real data value maximization. Now, there's a little bit more in regards to this, and I wanted to jump into some of this here in a second. It isn't from, what's his name? Jesse, KR Finance. I did have that up. Maybe with all the restarting, maybe I lost that for some darn reason. I could pull it up. Yeah, I'll just pull it up. I know where it's at. So, some of you guys follow, obviously, Jesse of KIR Finance. I'm going to show you guys that here in a brief moment. Let me just take a moment to do so. I got to fast forward to this key spot. Hold on a second. All right. So I'm going to share this with you guys. This is from Jesse at KIR Finance. Let's just go ahead and share this. And this is in regard to, like, who owns Jasmine, right? So let's play a little bit of this. Good stuff. Give him a sub. He's a good guy. Here we go.
Running it owns the company, okay? So they paid out that original investment to that owner, and they are no longer in the picture. Now, the next obvious question is, well, Jesse, who owns it, right? I've been wondering this for quite a while because I heard in a previous AMA recently, Hara had mentioned this buyout, but he never actually said who owned Jasmine. And so when you want to know who owns it, if you go back to this main company profile page, this is through the Japan site. This is the main site I go to. I don't go to any other site. I go to this one. This is the official one. Well, if you look at management structure, who would you think owns it? Like these three guys? No, you'd be wrong. The top two guys. So Kunitake Ando and Katsumasa Sato, they're the ones who own Jasmine. This is massively bullish, right? If there's anybody in this entire project that I would want to own this, it's these two guys, right? The former CEO of Sony and the former head of Sony Style, right? That's the precursor to the Apple Store. These are the guys that own the company, okay? That is massively bullish, right? We've got the right people owning it. We no longer have this entity that had all the money that bankrolled it. That's not in the picture. And so part of what Hara was telling us was really interesting. He said that they basically have a upper and a lower management. And he said the upper management is kind of like the older guys, which are these two, obviously. And the lower management, for the most part, is the younger guys. That's where Hara and some of the guys down here fall in. Is they're sort of the lower, kind of a little bit younger management of the company. I thought that was really interesting. Now, previously, I've shared at some point in one of my videos, there was a photo from 2018 from an expo, and it had Ando and Sato. They were there together at the expo, and Masanobu Ishida at the time, who was part of the project, was not there. And I think that's telling because I think these are the two guys that have led it from day one. And to know that they are officially the owners of it now is a really, really good thing. So that was a huge piece of news that he shared. I didn't predict that he was going to say that or let that out. But again, I mean, this is really a secret? No. Should they have put it out there? Definitely. I mean, this is super bullish kind of news that, the two of them are the ones who are basically running the company, right? So that occurred last May. And that basically removed anything with Bellwood. Now, something else that he said, and this is also super bullish, is that Jasmy has no debt. He said they have no debt whatsoever. So think about that. It's a company with no debt, okay, who bought out the original investor, and now they're kind of taken off. That is crazy. And something that I've noticed, especially if you scroll down here, is originally Marita here was an advisor. He was not an official member of the team. Now he is. Okay, now he's the chief security officer. And they recently had the patent that came out for the second encryption key. Basically, it improves your encryption of data, right? They had that patent come out, and that's directly influential by Marita, as he was also involved in the Felicar Felicia chip, right? So it's a company that is small, purposefully to be agile, right? That's a business term, agile, agility. That's what they're going for here. And what's interesting is that he is now a full-time member, Marita, and, you know, the guys in charge, Ando and Sato are the owners. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Now, something else that's worth mentioning is at one of the recent expos, there was a picture that showed Hagawara was there at the expo and Kakanuma, right? So Kakanuma-san, he basically is the executive officer in charge of product service planning, corporate planning, marketing. Okay. So for the sake of the expo, with the big billboards with Jasmy and all that production, everything that went into that, that's him. I think that's why he was there. Okay. Now, who was also there was Hagawara-san, and that's even more interesting because he is the head of software development, right? And when you look back at his background here, so former president of Sony Digital Network, applications, deputy head of VIO and mobile business group of Sony, CEO of Vision Arts, one of the leaders in Sony, became head of software development in 2020. He was also there. And so you ask yourself, why would he be there, right? Why is this guy, the head of software development, going to be at the expo? My rationale, my reasoning behind it is because I think the expo was there to market to businesses. Yes, there could have been retail people there, but I think by and large that was for business opportunities and business partnerships. And we'll talk about that in a minute with some of these developments. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So token economy. Here we go. So we asked about Binance. We went down the Binance rabbit hole a little bit. And Hara mentioned that Jasmy always had a good relationship with Binance US. So they were really surprised when they were delisted there, right? In terms of Binance International, when they moved Jasmy to the innovation zone, listed like a criteria of 10 items. And they never really said to Jasmy what those which one of those 10 items they didn't meet, right? My assumption all along has been that it was a low volume trading pair. And the reason why is that the USDT pair in particular, that one and the TRY, both of these, but really the top one, the USDT, has so much more volume than basically any of the others, right? So it looked like they were delisting because of the low volume pairs. And those are the ones that by and large they have removed. Where the irony in all this is that Jasmy is listed on so many exchanges with so many pairs and so many spots that even the lowest performing Binance pairs are significantly higher than many of the others, right? And so why would you remove Jasmy if it's making you money and it's not costing you anything? Great question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You know, in my view, I think Binance manipulated the market, right? But we didn't really go down that train of thought in this discussion. What Hara did tell us was that Jasmy is going to try and get on Binance Japan. So Binance recently acquired Secura Exchange, and they are turning that into Binance Japan. They are re-entering the Binance or excuse me, the Japanese market with Binance, mainly because of regulatory change, right? And he did say that they were going to be trying to get listed on Binance Japan, okay, in particular. And Hara mentioned that their team has also been looking pretty closely and following every bit of regulation in Japan. As some of us in our research group have found that, especially Brian, if you look at the timeline of Jasmy and the way they're making certain moves, you know, we always come back to why even stay in Japan when the environment was not friendly, right? It was not business friendly towards a blockchain company. Well, the reason is that things are changing, all right, and they're changing pretty drastically. And some examples of this, you know, we have the smart cities, the national data strategy. We've got the G7 that they just held in Japan. You can see the various relationships that Japan is building around the world. They want to become a leader, a important voice in world discussion, etc. All of those things are happening, and then the laws are changing around crypto assets in particular. So all of that stuff is changing for the good, and that's why Jasmy has stuck it out. And this is where you got to ask one more question, where you go one step further and you say, well, how did they know that? Right? Like this is kind of the stuff that I come back to. Like, you know, they started this thing in 2016. It's 7 years later. That's a lot of commitment, right? The only way I would commit like that is if I knew it was a sure thing, or if I had an inside scoop. And I think they do with Ando. I've always thought that. All right. All right. So moving on there.
All right. So glad to share that from the one and only Jesse of KIR Finance. With all the problems I have with the camera, you know, the software, it does extreme zoom in. I guess that's, you know, signification that it's going to work out fine. I'm going to read a few more comments. I know, and I really appreciate everybody's here, but you got to keep in mind, I missed the last game, right? This may very well would be the last game. So sorry, but I want to see the fourth quarter. I'll read a few more comments. Cool Cat Crypto says the Spurs already have the perfect role players in place and tons of cap room for another superstar. Players for, you know, sure. Yeah, and anything. Greg Popovich is going to be like the best coach ever for Victor. All right. I did have a lot more planned for you guys, but I mean, if I do that, I'm literally going to be here for 5 hours. I'll try to continue it later tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. I'm just going to read a few more comments to see if there's anything specific. There is. Henry Brown, Max, you still hold VeChain and any other token on their blockchain? I don't hold VeChain. No, it was one I was thinking about getting into way back in the early days of 2021. But no. But I may consider if I see any hint of them finally getting that main utility layer that everybody's been dreaming about. I have to double check more about that. I wouldn't mind holding that. I wouldn't mind holding Morpheus Network at the same time. Both of those are really good as far as supply chain related projects. I want to welcome Mr. Cody Core. Thank you for being here and joining us here tonight. I do appreciate you guys. Do I what? Hold on. What did I miss here? So do you Max? Hold on. What did I miss? I must have missed something. Sorry about that. I must have missed that question. I'm going through the comments. I don't see anything. I'll try to double check, but I do want to try to get going. Powell knows the data is lagging, indicator he's going to pause. Yeah, I hope there is a Fed pause. I think it's blast off after that. You good, Max? I hear some grunting. No. This is not me going to pinch one off again, my friend. Been there, done that. Max, a lot of heavy breathing off cam there, brother. Oh, shucks. My bad. I was trying to sorry about that. Yeah, it affects yeah. Here's the thing, guys. I'm used to muting the mic, right? But you know, it just everything's out of whack when your camera's not working right. So sorry about that. I was running back and forth. I was trying to making sure I got back in time, so I was probably breathing a little hard. Sorry about that. Fap worthy jet. You guys are horrible. Horrible. Yeah, the whole time I was definitely doing that. That's why, that's why the whole, I'm having problems. I am. It's all the, as you guys would say, it's all the P hug. I gotta get your mind out of the gutter. Bad. Oh my God. That's horrible. You guys are bad. Great flick. I hope you weren't watching any of that. That's horrible. I'm kidding. Why would I ever do that? You guys are all, so look at all mine's in the gutter, and then there's this. Then there's, I followed you on Twitter. Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll have to give you I think I give you a follow back. I did give you a follow back. All right. Yeah, that's what's totally going on. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, been a busy day, but these guys don't know. They don't know because they don't see what's going on the screen. So, brown chicken, brown cow. No. Hold on, Max, you're still that guy, bro. Well, you're gonna have to share your channel. Is it up and running yet, Mr. Lunar Evolve? We'll see. All right. Hopefully tomorrow's a better show with the upgraded software. So, and we'll have extreme close up of my face. You learned a new word today. What was the word? It was the bird. The word. Interesting. All right. I'm going to get off of here. Release your stress, bro. No, I'm good. I don't really need to do that. But wow. I don't think that's a new word. I think you learned that, or not learned that. I'm sure your husband, Mr. Michael Cornwell, could tell you all about that. And you know what he could also tell you all about, April? He could tell you all about this guy named Crypto Hulk and how Crypto Hulk has apparently some kind of thing with Skeletor and who was the other? Beastman. And it's on his Twitter profile for all to see, apparently. So, yeah. All right, hold on. Supposed to rub one out before the show. Oh, jeez. Channel still in play, waiting on my mic and internet connection. Oh, that's good. Hentai, Jasmine. You guys are horrible. I got good entry into Pepe, Jasmine. Yeah. All right. It's been a good show for the most part. You guys are something else, but it's all right. I'm not going to be a prude about it. If we're going to be a prude, we're going to go have to, wake up Helen Keller out of the grave or something like that, right? Jeez, you don't want me to watch my basketball because of $2 super chat. All right. Actually, I can't play that. There's no way I could play that. I'll have to refund your super chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to be. That's a little bit too far on that one, my friend. I don't know if I'll be able to play that one. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to play that one, man. But you guys can all watch it. Go to Elon Musk's. Just go watch it on Elon Musk, and you can see all about it. Sorry, Mike. All right. Over and out, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.